So you're thinking about moving to Seattle, Washington, but you're not quite sure what your first step should be? Well, in this video, I'm going to be taking you through the 5 things that you must do before moving to Seattle. We're going to go step by step, 1 through 5. Make sure you stick around for that 5th step because it is the most important one by far. I've seen it derail transactions and really throw a wrench into things. So if you want to learn more about the first 5 steps to take before moving to Seattle, stick around. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything about living, working, eating, playing in the city of Seattle, Washington, then subscribe down below, tap that bell for notifications so you could be the first to learn about the current market here in Seattle. My name is David Sappenfield. The team and I, we get calls, texts, and emails every day from people just like you looking for help to make their move here to Seattle, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're moving next week or next year, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or schedule a Zoom call. All the contact information is down below in the description. We're happy to help you make that smooth move to Seattle. So, as I mentioned, we are going to be covering the all-important first 5 steps that you need to be taking before making your move over here to Seattle. So let's jump into it right now. Step 1, and this is an important one, and that is to reach out to us. Give us a call, text message, email, schedule a Zoom call, and make that initial first reach out. And from there, we can set a time, about 15 minutes to 30 minutes to connect either over the phone or my favorite is Zoom, get that in-person meeting, kind of get a feel for each other. Let's find out if we're going to be a good fit to work together. And assuming that we are, then from there, we'll just talk a little bit more about what your goals are when you move over here to Seattle. What you're looking for, what you don't want, what you absolutely do want. I've lived in the Seattle area my whole life. I know this whole Puget Sound region like the back of my hand. And quite honestly, there is nothing I love more than helping families that are relocating to this area, help them find the perfect spot for them. And usually that can be done in the first 15, 20 minutes. I can target those areas that I know would be a good fit for you, and we can eliminate those areas that I know would not be a good fit for you, and just kind of cut the noise down so we're more efficient with our time and looking in the right areas. And that brings us to our second step, which is setting up a custom home search for you. Now, what we're going to do is get your criteria. You probably have a ballpark number in mind for your budget. Maybe at this point you haven't spoken to a lender yet, but we can kind of work with what you think is going to be your budget. And then from there, I'm going to set up the criteria of type of homes that we want, areas that we want to target, and we'll set you up to get emails when new listings in those areas that match the type of home that you're looking for will get sent to you as they come on the market. So as soon as they come on the market, boom, you get an email. And the system that we use is really nice. It's kind of like a social media feed to where, it's its own website and you can like homes, you can dislike homes, and they kind of get removed from your feed, but it's a really helpful tool. A lot of the buyers that we work with absolutely love it. They still use it after they've even bought their home, just to kind of play around with it and see what the market's doing. And great tool. So we'll get you set up on that. Get these email blasts out to you when these homes come on the market, so when that home's available. You can ask questions through the website. I can go take video of the site. More than likely you're out of town. So, we want to kind of dial in what you're looking for, and this is a great way to do it. Step 3, another important step, and that is to get pre-approved through a lender. Now, there's a couple different things you can do in the pre-approval process. So you could do what's called a pre-qualification, and that's where you just have a quick conversation with a lender. They get some basic information from you and run some numbers and just kind of let you know, hey, this is what I think you can get approved for. This is about what your payment's going to be. That's just kind of the quick pre-qualification method. If you want to go one step further, you can get what's called pre-approved. And that's where you actually submit your documents, income, asset documents, give the lender everything that they're requesting, and they run it through an automated underwriting system and it spits out an approval. So you're actually approved with Fannie Mae. You have a, full pre-approval letter ready to go. That's definitely the recommended way to go when getting pre-approved, is just kind of figure out who you're going to work with, submit all your documents, get that part of it done, because quite honestly, that's the most stressful part to most people, is the financing, getting the lender the stuff. So let's get that out of the way. Make sure that while you're looking at homes, you have that other stressful part taken care of, and then you don't find your dream home and then, oh no, we have to go and submit all this documents and jump through these hoops. So, let's just get that part done. And so you can focus on finding your dream home. Whether you have a lender that you are already working with or want to work with, that's totally fine. If you need recommendations, we have great local lenders here in the Seattle area that we can refer you to that will take great care of you. But either way, getting that pre-approval from somebody is your best method to go. There's nothing worse than shopping in a price range, looking at homes at a certain budget, only to find out later that, oh no, we're $100,000 under that, so we need to adjust our budget and look at other homes. It's heartbreaking, because then you're looking at these homes that aren't as nice as those other homes you were looking at, and then nothing's really going to stack up to what you saw at first. So get that pre-approval letter. Let's really fine tune what that budget is and what you're comfortable spending, and then get the pre-approval and shop for homes. Step number 4 is to schedule the dates that you're going to be visiting Seattle. So more than likely, if you're relocating from out of town, you're probably going to have a few days that you're able to come into Seattle to visit, go see some homes, tour properties. Possibly not. You might be doing this all remotely, and we can do that no problem. We can do it virtually, Zoom. We can do FaceTime, video. I've sold a lot of homes to clients who have never even been into Seattle yet. But more than likely, you're probably coming, visiting the area. And what we need to do is block out those days that you're able to go and see homes. Block out the exact times that you're able to, because we want to be as efficient as possible with your time. You're spending your time, you're spending your money to come here to Seattle. Let's make sure we're making the best of it. And we've already figured out probably by then what areas you want to target. So, we're not wasting a lot of time searching in areas that aren't even of interest to you, and just really fine-tuning our search and targeting those homes, those neighborhoods that you want to live in. Like I said, I love this. It's one of my hobbies, is finding homes for relocating buyers. And after a conversation with you, I'm going to be able to tell you what city, what street, probably what house that you need to be checking out. So while you're here in town, we need to be as efficient as possible with your time, with our time, and make sure we're looking at homes that might interest you. So getting those visit dates scheduled, and not just the visit dates, but what days while you're here are you actually going to be able to go see homes? What times? Let's get that all mapped out, game planned, so we get as much done as possible while you're here. All right, the 5th step that I was telling you about, the most important step of all 5 of these, is do not buy anything during your home shopping phase, okay? From the time you're getting pre-approved until you close on your new home. This is super important, okay? And I don't mean don't buy anything like at the store. I mean, don't finance anything that's gonna show up on your credit report and have a number attached to it for a monthly obligation, okay? So I've been a real estate agent for almost 10 years now. Prior to being a real estate agent, I was a residential loan officer, so I did mortgages. I did that for 14 years. So I've been in the sales business of residential sales and financing for almost 25 years. And I've seen it more times than you would imagine. where somebody gets a home under contract and they go out and they buy furniture or they buy a new car, something that is going to pop up on that credit report. And then what it does is it can throw your what's called your debt to income ratio. So you have a debt to income ratio that the underwriter is going to be looking at. And when you finance something, so here's your debt to income ratio. When you finance something, your ratios go higher, okay? Typically, they don't want to see anything above a 36% on the back end of your debt to income ratio. And what that means is that 36% of your income is going towards mortgage payment, other obligations that are showing up on your credit report, okay? So I've seen it happen time and time again where that purchase pushes their debt to income ratio above that 36% or, above a level that is going to be able to be approved. And we got big problems on our hand then. So don't let that happen to you, and just, keep things under control while you're in that shopping phase. Do not finance anything. You can still look for stuff. You can look for that furniture that you're going to need, but don't have your credit pulled. Don't get anything put on to your credit report that is going to show up as a monthly obligation. So definitely by far the most important tip. And it's usually the first tip that I always tell people when we start working together, because I've seen it trip up too many people and I don't want it to happen to you. So there you have it. Those are the 5 very, very, very important steps that need to be taken before making your move here to Seattle, Washington. Now, there are more steps to the home buying process, of course, but you focus on taking care of those first 5. We'll guide you through the rest of them and make the home buying journey as enjoyable and as stress-free as possible for you. Now, if you're thinking about making a move to the Seattle area and you want to be confident in the area that you're choosing, reach out, give us a call. Happy to have that conversation with you, get you dialed in, make sure that your first choice is the best choice for the area you want to move to. Don't want you to regret your decision. Let's take care of it up front. So whether you're moving next week or next year, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, schedule that Zoom call. Happy to help you make that smooth move to Seattle. And until next time, I hope to show you around town. Take care. Bye.